37.9 inches. That is nearly 4 feet of snow in a single day. That is not a typo. Providence, Rhode Island just shattered its all-time snowfall record that had stood since 1978. And right now, as you are watching this video, another storm is already being tracked heading straight for the same areas that were just buried. And here is the part that is going to shock you. The storm after that one is also already forming. We are not done, not even close. In the next few minutes, I am going to take you city by city, state by state through exactly what is coming between now and March 10th, 2026. You are going to get precise timing, exact snowfall totals, and I am going to tell you when each storm starts in your area, when it peaks, and when it finally ends. Whether you live in Boston or Baltimore, Philadelphia or Providence, Albany or Allentown, Charlotte or Chicago, Dallas or Denver, Miami or Milwaukee, I have your forecast. Over 250 cities covered in this one update. Stay with me all the way to the 5-minute mark because that is where I reveal something about March 5th through March 10th that almost nobody is talking about yet, and it affects tens of millions of people from Texas to Tennessee to Ohio. Do not click away. But first, let us understand what just happened and why it matters so much for what is coming next. Think about this. Boston has now received over 60 inches of snow this winter season. That is nearly double the season average. The last time Boston saw anything like this was the legendary winter of 2014 to 2015, the one they called Snowmageddon, the one that collapsed rooftops and left snow piled higher than traffic lights. We are tracking that same pace right now, and winter technically is not over until March 20th. Winterstorm Hernando, which tore through the Northeast from February 22nd through February 24th, was officially declared a bomb cyclone. Its central pressure dropped 41 millibars in just 24 hours. To put that into perspective, a storm only needs to drop 24 millibars in 24 hours to earn that title. Hernando nearly doubled the requirement. At its peak, wind gusts hit 98 miles per hour on Cape Cod in Massachusetts. 98 miles per hour. That is hurricane force. During a snowstorm, here is the damage report right now as of February 25th, 2026. Providence, Rhode Island, 37.9 inches of snow. New all-time record in 121 years of records. Whitman, Massachusetts, 33.7 inches. Gloucester, Rhode Island, 33.7 inches. North Kingstown, Rhode Island, 36 inches. Newport State Airport, Rhode Island, 34 inches. Lyndhurst, New Jersey, 30.7 inches. Newark, New Jersey, 27.1 inches, second largest on record. Islip, New York, 29.1 inches, largest on record. New York City, Central Park, 19.7 inches, ninth largest on record. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 14 inches, biggest in a decade. Coventry, Rhode Island, 33.5 inches. Narragansett, Rhode Island, 33 inches. New Haven, Connecticut, near 20 inches. Connecticut statewide peak, 30.8 inches. New Jersey statewide peak, 30.7 inches. New York statewide peak, 31 inches. Delaware statewide peak, 21 inches. Maryland statewide peak, 16 inches. Virginia statewide peak, 14 inches. Over 650,000 people lost power at the height of this storm. 7 states declared states of emergency. Rhode Island issued a complete travel ban, shutting down every single road in the state. Over 9,000 flights were canceled. The Boston Globe stopped printing its newspaper for the first time in 153 years of publication. Let that sink in. 153 years. And you know what the most important number in all of that is? It is not the snowfall total. It is this. Boston is pacing at nearly double its average seasonal snowfall with weeks left in winter. That means the atmosphere is still loaded. The pattern that created Hernando has not gone anywhere. And that leads us directly to what comes next. Here is where things get really important, so listen carefully. Right now, as of February 25th, 2026, we have at least 2 more significant systems on the horizon for the Northeast. Let me walk you through them one at a time. The first system is already moving. It is a clipper system, a fast-moving wave of energy dropping down out of Canada along what meteorologists call a northwest flow. Think of the jet stream as a river in the sky. For most of this winter, that river has been tilting from the northwest down to the southeast, aiming like an arrow right at New England and the mid-Atlantic. This northwest flow is what keeps bringing these systems through one after another, relentlessly, like freight trains on a schedule. The timing for this clipper system: snow begins arriving in upstate New York and northern New England late Wednesday night into Thursday morning, February 26th into February 27th. For cities like Burlington, Vermont, and Concord, New Hampshire, and Portland, Maine, expect snowfall to ramp up between midnight and 6 in the morning Thursday. For Boston and Worcester, Massachusetts, snow arrives Thursday morning and peaks through the midday hours. For Albany, New York, and Hartford, Connecticut, similar timing, Thursday morning commute impacted. For the New York City metro area and Philadelphia, this system is lighter and faster, just a couple of inches, but it arrives Thursday afternoon into Thursday evening. For Washington, D.C. and Baltimore, a light glaze, maybe an inch or two, arriving Thursday evening. Snowfall totals from this first clipper system: Maine, northern, and coastal, 4 to 7 inches. New Hampshire, central and southern, 3 to 6 inches. Vermont, 3 to 5 inches. Massachusetts, central and western, 3 to 6 inches. Massachusetts, Boston metro, 1 to 3 inches. Rhode Island, 1 to 3 inches, still dealing with the feet of snow from Hernando. Connecticut, 1 to 3 inches. New York, upstate and Hudson Valley, 3 to 6 inches. New York City, boroughs, 1 to 2 inches. Long Island, 1 to 2 inches. Northern New Jersey, 1 to 2 inches. Philadelphia, 1 inch or less. Baltimore, dusting to 1 inch. Washington, D.C., dusting. When does this clipper end? Thursday evening into Friday morning for most areas. By Friday afternoon, February 27th, it is gone. The sun comes back for a day or two. Do not let that fool you, because the next system is already waiting. Now here is the twist, and this is the part I promised you at the beginning that would shock you. Our computer models, including the American model known as the Global Forecast System and the European model known as the European Center for Medium-Range Weather Forecasts, are both signaling another significant system arriving for the Northeast around Sunday into Monday, March 1st into March 2nd. This would be the third major winter weather event in less than 2 weeks for areas that frankly have already had enough. But the atmosphere does not care about enough. It only knows what the pattern says. And the pattern says more snow. Here is your city-by-city timing for the Sunday to Monday system. System begins organizing Saturday afternoon and evening in the mid-Atlantic, Washington, D.C. Snow possible Saturday night into Sunday morning, March 1st, starting around 10 or 11 in the evening Saturday. Peak accumulation Sunday morning. System exits Sunday afternoon. Baltimore, Maryland. Similar timing. Snow arrives Saturday night around midnight. Peak Sunday morning. Ending Sunday afternoon. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Snow develops early Sunday morning around 2 to 4 in the morning. Peak Sunday midday, winding down Sunday evening. Newark and New Jersey. Snow develops Sunday morning around 3 to 5 in the morning. Peak Sunday through early afternoon. Ending Sunday evening. New York City. Snow develops Sunday morning around 4 to 6 in the morning. Peak Sunday midday, winding down Sunday evening into Sunday night. Long Island, New York. Snow develops Sunday morning around 4 in the morning. This is actually where the heaviest totals land for this system. Peak Sunday midday through mid-afternoon. Ending Sunday night. Hartford and New Haven, Connecticut. Snow develops Sunday morning around 5 to 7 in the morning. Peak midday Sunday. Ending Sunday evening. Boston, Massachusetts. Snow develops Sunday morning around 6 to 8 in the morning. Peak Sunday afternoon. Ending Sunday night. Providence, Rhode Island. Snow develops Sunday morning around 5 to 7 in the morning. Peak Sunday afternoon. Ending Sunday night. Portland, Maine. Snow develops Sunday afternoon and peaks Sunday night, ending Monday morning. Concord and Manchester, New Hampshire. Snow develops Sunday afternoon, peak Sunday night, ending Monday morning. Burlington, Vermont. Snow develops Sunday morning, peak Sunday afternoon, ending Sunday night. Albany, New York. Snow develops Sunday morning around 5 in the morning, peak Sunday through early afternoon, ending Sunday evening. Buffalo, New York. This system clips the western tier of New York with a couple of inches Sunday. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 1 to 3 inches Sunday morning into afternoon. Now, snowfall totals from this Sunday to Monday system. This is where models still have some disagreement, and that matters. The European model is trending slightly further south and stronger, which would mean heavier totals from the New York City area southward. The American model keeps the heaviest totals further north into Massachusetts and Rhode Island. With that in mind, here are ranges you should be prepared for. Providence, Rhode Island, 4 to 8 inches, possibly higher. Boston, Massachusetts, 3 to 7 inches. Worcester, Massachusetts, 4 to 8 inches. Springfield, Massachusetts, 3 to 6 inches. Pittsfield, Massachusetts, 4 to 7 inches. Portland, Maine, 5 to 10 inches. Augusta, Maine, 4 to 8 inches. Bangor, Maine, 4 to 8 inches. Presque Isle, Maine, 3 to 6 inches. Concord, New Hampshire, 4 to 8 inches. Manchester, New Hampshire, 3 to 7 inches. Nashua, New Hampshire, 3 to 6 inches. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, 3 to 6 inches. Burlington, Vermont, 3 to 6 inches. Montpelier, Vermont, 4 to 7 inches. Rutland, Vermont, 4 to 7 inches. Albany, New York, 4 to 8 inches. Poughkeepsie, New York, 3 to 6 inches. New York City, Manhattan, 3 to 6 inches. New York City, Brooklyn, 3 to 6 inches. New York City, Queens, 3 to 6 inches. New York City, Bronx, 3 to 6 inches. New York City, Staten Island, 2 to 5 inches. Islip, New York, Long Island, 4 to 8 inches. Riverhead, New York, 4 to 8 inches. Bridgeport, Connecticut, 3 to 7 inches. New Haven, Connecticut, 3 to 7 inches. Hartford, Connecticut, 3 to 6 inches. Waterbury, Connecticut, 3 to 6 inches. Stamford, Connecticut, 2 to 5 inches. Danbury, Connecticut, 3 to 6 inches. Newark, New Jersey, 2 to 5 inches. Trenton, New Jersey, 2 to 4 inches. Atlantic City, New Jersey, 2 to 4 inches. Camden, New Jersey, 1 to 3 inches. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 1 to 3 inches. Allentown, Pennsylvania, 2 to 4 inches. Reading, Pennsylvania, 2 to 4 inches. Scranton, Pennsylvania, 3 to 6 inches. Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, 3 to 6 inches. State College, Pennsylvania, 2 to 4 inches. Erie, Pennsylvania, 2 to 4 inches, plus possible lake enhancement. Baltimore, Maryland, 1 to 2 inches. Annapolis, Maryland, 1 inch or less. Frederick, Maryland, 1 to 2 inches. Hagerstown, Maryland, 1 to 2 inches. Washington, D.C., 1 inch or less. Richmond, Virginia, dusting to 1 inch. Norfolk, Virginia, dusting. Roanoke, Virginia, dusting. Charlottesville, Virginia, dusting. So when you add all of this up, the Clipper this Thursday and the Nor'easter this Sunday through Monday, here is the total additional snowfall possible over the next 10 days on top of what fell during Hernando. Areas across Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts, additional 8 to 12 or more inches. Northern New England, including Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, additional 8 to 15 inches. Boston Metro, additional 4 to 10 inches. Connecticut, additional 4 to 10 inches. New York City area, additional 4 to 9 inches. Long Island, additional 5 to 10 inches. New Jersey, additional 3 to 7 inches. Philadelphia and suburbs, additional 2 to 5 inches. Now I want to stop and acknowledge something very important. These are forecasts. Weather science at 7 to 10 days out carries real uncertainty. But the pattern, the overall setup, the ridge of high pressure over the west and the northwest flow slamming into the northeast, that pattern has been locked in all winter. That pattern has proven itself over and over again. It is the reason Boston is at 60 inches for the season. It is the reason Providence just shattered a record that had stood since before most of us were born. Trust the pattern. Prepare accordingly. Let me now shift to the rest of the country because this story has 2 very different chapters happening at the same time. And honestly, chapter 2 is just as urgent. It just sounds completely opposite. While the Northeast is drowning in snow, the southern half of this country is dealing with a crisis of the opposite kind. Bone dry, record heat, and a wildfire danger that experts are calling alarming for this time of year. As of February 17, 2026, 40.8% of the contiguous United States is in drought. That is 4 out of every 10 square miles of this country without enough water. And some areas are not just dry, they are catastrophically dry. Let me give you the numbers by state. Texas, 69% of the state is under moderate to exceptional drought as of late January. That number has grown significantly. Lake Corpus Christi and Choke Canyon Reservoir, combined capacity, 9.7%. 9.7%. That is essentially empty. The city of Abilene went 44 consecutive days without a single drop of precipitation between November and January. Wildfire response in Texas is tracking 136% above normal for the October through January period. Oklahoma, severe drought expanding across the Panhandle and central counties. 12 counties have already issued burn bans. Arkansas, drought persisting and intensifying east of the Mississippi River. Louisiana, extreme drought conditions. Florida, extreme drought across most of the state. Florida faces the highest wildfire risk of any state in the eastern United States right now, according to the National Interagency Fire Center. Winter freezes have already damaged vegetation, creating additional dry fuel on the ground. Georgia, extreme drought in many counties. Mississippi, severe drought. Alabama, severe drought. South Carolina, moderate to severe drought. North Carolina, moderate drought expanding. Colorado, drought worsening, particularly in the northeast and across the Front Range. Nebraska, drought expanding through the Panhandle. Kansas, moderate drought. New Mexico, severe drought across much of the state. Arizona, significant drought. Utah, mountain snowpack below average in many areas, creating what scientists call a snow drought. Oregon, pockets of moderate drought. Montana, drought worsening in eastern sections. Now here is what makes this so dangerous right now in late February. The jet stream, that same jet stream that is plunging northwest, flow into the northeast and burying it in snow, is simultaneously lifting warm Pacific air across the southern tier. When the jet stream is positioned far to the north over the west and central part of the country, it means the warm southwest winds have an unobstructed path across all that dry fuel. Temperatures in the desert southwest have been running 10 to 15 degrees above average. Highs in the 90s are being recorded in February in Arizona and parts of Southern California. The southern plains are seeing temperatures 20 to 30 degrees above average, and all of that warm air is moving across landscapes with almost no moisture in them. Here is your city-by-city forecast for the warm and dry half of the country for late February into early March. Phoenix, Arizona. Highs in the mid to upper 90s this week. Record territory, no rain expected through the end of February, high wildfire danger on any windy day. Tucson, Arizona, highs near 90, bone dry through the end of February. Las Vegas, Nevada, highs near 80, extremely dry through the end of the month. Palm Springs, California, highs near 90. No rain. Los Angeles, California, highs in the mid-70s to low 80s. Largely dry, though an offshore flow event possible late this week could increase fire danger briefly. San Diego, California, highs near 75 to 80. Dry. Fresno, California, highs near 70 to 75. Dry. Sacramento, California, cooler, highs in the 60s with some rain possible from the Pineapple Express moisture stream. San Francisco, California, periods of rain from the northern moisture plume. Highs in the upper 50s to low 60s. Portland, Oregon. Wet pattern continues. Highs in the mid-50s. Seattle, Washington. Continued moisture. Highs in the mid to upper 50s. Boise, Idaho. Cooler. Some snow possible in the mountains. Highs in the 40s. Salt Lake City, Utah. Highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. Some mountain snow possible. Denver, Colorado. A battle zone. Mild and dry through Friday, highs in the 50s to low 60s. A cold front possible by Sunday that could bring some snow. Highs dropping into the 30s by early next week. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Highs in the 60s to near 70. Dry. Fire danger elevated on windy days. El Paso, Texas. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s. Very dry. Amarillo, Texas. Highs in the 60s. Critical fire danger on windy days with the dry conditions. Lubbock, Texas. Highs in the low to mid-60s. Dry. Elevated fire risk. Midland, Texas. Highs in the upper 60s. Dry. Elevated fire risk. San Antonio, Texas. Highs in the upper 60s to mid-70s. Dry. Austin, Texas. Highs in the upper 60s to low 70s. Dry through the end of February. Dallas, Texas. Highs in the low to mid-60s. Dry through the end of February, but watch the extended outlook carefully. We will get to that in a moment. Houston, Texas, highs in the upper 60s. Dry. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, highs in the low to mid-50s. Dry. Elevated fire danger. Tulsa, Oklahoma, highs in the mid to upper 50s. Dry. Wichita, Kansas, highs in the low to mid-50s, mostly dry. Kansas City, Missouri, highs in the mid-40s to low 50s, mostly dry. St. Louis, Missouri, highs in the low to mid-40s, mostly dry. Memphis, Tennessee, highs in the mid-40s to low 50s, mostly dry through the end of February. Nashville, Tennessee, highs in the low to mid-40s, mostly dry. Knoxville, Tennessee, highs in the low to mid-40s, mostly dry. Chattanooga, Tennessee, highs in the low to mid-40s, mostly dry. Louisville, Kentucky, highs in the mid-30s to low 40s, mostly dry but cold air trying to push in later this weekend. Lexington, Kentucky, highs in the mid-30s to low 40s, mostly dry. Indianapolis, Indiana, highs in the mid-30s to low 40s. A cold front approaching by Sunday could bring some light snow. Columbus, Ohio, highs in the low to mid-30s. Watch for light snow late this weekend as that cold front arrives. Cleveland, Ohio, highs in the low to mid-30s. Lake effect activity possible through the week. Cincinnati, Ohio, highs in the mid-30s. Mostly dry until the weekend cold front. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, highs in the low 30s. Light snow possible Sunday. Detroit, Michigan, highs in the upper 20s to low 30s. A clipper system possible Thursday into Friday. Grand Rapids, Michigan, highs in the upper 20s. Lake effect snow possible at times. Lansing, Michigan, highs in the upper 20s. Lake effect snow possible. Flint, Michigan, highs in the upper 20s. Lake effect activity possible. Chicago, Illinois, highs in the mid to upper 20s. A clipper clips the northern suburbs Thursday, 1 to 3 inches possible. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, highs in the upper 20s. Light snow with the clipper Thursday, 1 to 2 inches. Madison, Wisconsin, highs in the mid-20s. Light snow Thursday, 1 to 3 inches. Green Bay, Wisconsin, highs in the mid-20s. Light snow Thursday, 1 to 3 inches. Minneapolis, Minnesota, highs in the upper teens to low 20s. The cold front that arrives this weekend will be most intense here. Temperatures could drop to single digits by Sunday night with wind chills approaching -20. St. Paul, Minnesota, similar to Minneapolis, dangerously cold Sunday night into Monday. Duluth, Minnesota, highs in the teens. Already cold. Wind chills below -20 possible Sunday night. Fargo, North Dakota, single-digit highs with wind chills as low as -30 degrees possible by the weekend. Bismarck, North Dakota, highs in the single digits possible by the weekend. Extreme cold. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, highs in the upper single digits to teens. Wind chills well below zero by the weekend. Rapid City, South Dakota, highs in the upper teens to low 20s, mostly dry. Omaha, Nebraska, highs in the upper 20s to low 30s, mostly dry through the end of February with the cold front arriving by early next week. Lincoln, Nebraska, similar to Omaha. Des Moines, Iowa, highs in the low to mid-20s. The cold front arrives late Saturday night into Sunday, dropping temperatures significantly. Cedar Rapids, Iowa, similar to Des Moines. Atlanta, Georgia, highs in the low to mid-50s, dry through the end of February. Wildfire danger elevated on any gusty day. Birmingham, Alabama, highs in the upper 40s to low 50s, dry. Montgomery, Alabama, highs in the low to mid-50s, dry. Mobile, Alabama, highs in the upper 50s, dry. Jackson, Mississippi, highs in the upper 50s, dry. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, highs in the low 60s, dry. New Orleans, Louisiana, highs in the mid-60s, dry. Pensacola, Florida, highs in the upper 50s to low 60s, dry. Tallahassee, Florida, highs in the low to mid-60s, dry. Significant wildfire risk. Jacksonville, Florida, highs in the mid-60s, dry. Elevated wildfire risk. Gainesville, Florida, highs in the upper 60s, dry. Orlando, Florida, highs in the low to mid-70s, dry. Tampa, Florida, highs in the mid-70s, dry. Very elevated wildfire risk. Sarasota, Florida, highs in the mid-70s, dry. Fort Myers, Florida, highs in the upper 70s, dry. Elevated wildfire risk. Miami, Florida, highs in the low 80s, dry. West Palm Beach, Florida, highs in the upper 70s to low 80s, dry. Fort Lauderdale, Florida, highs in the low 80s, dry. Key West, Florida, highs in the mid-80s, dry. Charlotte, North Carolina, highs in the upper 40s to low 50s, mostly dry through the end of February. Raleigh, North Carolina, highs in the low to mid-50s, mostly dry. Greensboro, North Carolina, highs in the upper 40s, mostly dry. Asheville, North Carolina, highs in the mid to upper 40s, mostly dry. Columbia, South Carolina, highs in the upper 50s, dry. Charleston, South Carolina, highs in the upper 50s to low 60s. Dry. Savannah, Georgia, highs in the mid-60s. Dry. Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, highs in the upper 50s. Dry. Richmond, Virginia, highs in the low 40s. Mostly dry through the end of February. Watch Sunday S system for a possible dusting. Norfolk, Virginia, highs in the low to mid-40s. Mostly dry. A dusting possible Sunday. Virginia Beach, Virginia, highs in the low to mid-40s. Mostly dry. A dusting possible Sunday. Roanoke, Virginia, highs in the mid to upper 30s. Mostly dry through the end of February. Harrisonburg, Virginia, highs in the low to mid-30s. A dusting to 1 inch possible Sunday. Now, I want to make sure that anyone with outdoor plans this weekend knows what they are walking into. Let me address the major outdoor events and venues across the country in late February. If you are planning outdoor activities or events this weekend in the Mid-Atlantic and Northeast, you need a Plan B. This Sunday, March 1st, the storm system is going to make itself known. If you have tickets to outdoor sporting events, outdoor festivals, or any large gatherings planned in the Boston to Philadelphia corridor, expect disruption. Snow and temperatures in the low to mid-20s with wind chills in the teens are not conditions to be outside unprepared. Daytona Beach, Florida. The NASCAR Daytona 500 events continue in the Daytona area. Conditions remain dry and in the mid to upper 70s. No weather concerns for race activities. Las Vegas, Nevada. Several major outdoor events scheduled in late February. Temperatures in the upper 70s to low 80s. Zero rain concerns. Phoenix, Arizona. Cactus League spring training baseball is underway. Temperatures near 90 degrees. No rain concerns, but the heat is exceptional for February. Scottsdale, Arizona. Spring training continues. Near 90 and sunny. No rain. Mesa, Arizona. Spring training. Near 90. No rain. Tempe, Arizona. Spring training. Same conditions. Orlando, Florida. Theme parks. Temperatures in the low to mid-70s. Dry. Beautiful outdoor weather. Tampa, Florida. Outdoor events. Mid-70s. Sunny. Dry. Wildfire risk is elevated in surrounding rural areas, but the city itself poses no immediate threat. Los Angeles, California. Outdoor events. Low to mid-70s. Mostly dry, though a brief offshore wind event this week could create some fire concern in hillside communities. Malibu and Calabasas, California. Monitor fire weather alerts this week. The offshore flow can create conditions similar to what preceded the devastating January 2025 fires. Denver, Colorado. Mild and dry through Friday. The weekend cold front will drop temperatures dramatically. Saturday daytime events should be fine. Saturday night and Sunday outdoor events face cold and potentially snowy conditions. Chicago, Illinois. A brief clipper snow Thursday. Temperatures in the upper 20s. If you have outdoor events Thursday, expect light snow and wind chills in the teens. New York City, Madison Square Garden area. Indoor events unaffected. Outdoor events this Sunday face 2 to 6 inches of snow. Plan accordingly. Boston, Massachusetts. Outdoor events this weekend face significant disruption. Sunday storm could bring 3 to 7 additional inches on top of existing snowpack already measured in feet. Now, I promised you at the beginning that at the 5-minute mark I would reveal something about March 5th through March 10th that almost nobody is discussing. We are there. Here is what is happening. All winter long, this country has been split right down the middle. The northern jet stream, what meteorologists call the polar jet, has dominated. It has been driving storm after storm across the northern tier of the country and punching into the northeast. Meanwhile, the southern jet stream, the subtropical jet, has essentially been turned off. That is the engine that normally drives rainfall into Texas, Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, Georgia, and Florida. That engine has been almost completely absent since November. That is why the drought is so severe. That is why the wildfire risk is so elevated. But here is the twist, and this one is a big one. La Nina is weakening. Right now, as of late February 2026, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration is observing warming sea surface temperatures in the equatorial Pacific. The cold pool that has been suppressing the subtropical jet stream is shrinking. The boundary that separates warm and cold Pacific water is retreating. And as that happens, the subtropical jet stream begins to wake back up. Climate scientists and long-range forecasters at the Climate Prediction Center are already flagging this. The window between March 5th and March 10th is when they expect this transition to really begin expressing itself in the weather pattern across the southern and central United States. What does that mean in plain language? It means rain. Significant, heavy, much-needed rain returning to the southern plains, the lower Mississippi Valley, and the southeast for the first time in weeks or months. Here is the forecast zone for March 5th through March 10th. The area expected to see above average precipitation includes North Texas, most of Oklahoma, Louisiana, Arkansas, much of Mississippi, Tennessee, Kentucky, and up into the Ohio Valley. The Climate Prediction Center is highlighting this area as well above average for precipitation probability. Now, here is the catch. And this is where it gets really important for everyone in that zone. When the subtropical jet stream finally fires back up after being dormant for most of the winter, it does not come back quietly. The combination of the cold, dry air that has been entrenched over these regions all winter, meeting the suddenly active moisture feed from the Gulf of Mexico, the south and southwest winds that start pumping up with the reactivating subtropical jet stream, that combination can produce significant thunderstorm activity. We are talking heavy rainfall rates. We are talking potential for flash flooding in areas where the soil is so cracked and hard from months of drought that it cannot absorb water quickly. Dry ground is not absorbent ground. It is almost like concrete. When heavy rain falls on drought-hardened soil, it runs off immediately. And beyond the rain and flooding risk, there is something else to consider in this transition period. When cold air from the north tries to press southward at the same time the subtropical jet starts sending warm Gulf moisture northward, you create a classic severe weather setup. March 5th through March 10th could bring the first significant severe weather outbreak of the spring season across parts of the southern and central United States. Here is your extended city-by-city outlook for the March 5th through 10th window. Dallas, Texas. After weeks of dry weather with highs in the 60s, expect the pattern to change dramatically by March 5th or 6th. Rain moving in, temperatures dropping, highs falling from the 60s into the upper 40s by March 7th or 8th. Heavy rain possible March 6th through 8th. Flash flooding concerns with the drought-hardened soil. Thunderstorm risk March 6th and 7th, Fort Worth, Texas. Same pattern as Dallas. Waco, Texas. Heavy rain possible March 6th through 8th. Thunderstorm risk. Austin, Texas. Rain arrives March 6th or 7th. Heavy rain possible. March 7th and 8th, San Antonio, Texas. Rain arrives by March 7th, could be heavy. Houston, Texas. Rain arrives March 6th, could be persistent and heavy through March 9th or 10th. Beaumont, Texas. Heavy rain possible, flash flooding concerns given the drought. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Rain begins around March 5th or 6th, heavy at times. Thunderstorm risk March 6th and 7th. Tulsa, Oklahoma. Similar timing to Oklahoma City, Shreveport, Louisiana, rain March 6th through 8th, heavy rain possible. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, rain arrives March 6th or 7th, flooding concerns. New Orleans, Louisiana, rain March 6th through 9th, could be significant. Jackson, Mississippi, rain March 6th through 8th, thunderstorm risk. Memphis, Tennessee, rain arrives March 6th. Heavy rain possible through March 8th. Flooding concerns along tributaries already stressed from months of dry conditions. Nashville, Tennessee, rain March 5th or 6th. Heavy at times through March 8th. The Climate Prediction Center has this area highlighted for well above average precipitation in this window. Knoxville, Tennessee, rain arrives March 6th. Heavy possible. Chattanooga, Tennessee, rain and thunderstorms possible. March 6th and 7th. Louisville, Kentucky. Rain begins March 5th or 6th. Heavy rain possible March 6th through 8th. Ohio River tributaries could rise rapidly. Lexington, Kentucky. Rain March 5th or 6th. Heavy possible through March 8th. Cincinnati, Ohio. Rain begins March 5th. Heavy rain possible March 5th through 7th. Ohio River flood potential if totals are high. Columbus, Ohio. Rain begins March 5th. Heavy possible. Cleveland, Ohio. Rain begins March 5th. Mixed with some snow possible on the backside of the system. March 7th or 8th as colder air wraps in. Indianapolis, Indiana. Rain begins March 5th. Heavy possible. Reverting to snow mixed in behind the system March 7th or 8th. Kansas City, Missouri. Rain begins March 5th or 6th. Could be heavy. Severe weather risk March 5th evening. St. Louis, Missouri. Rain begins March 5th. Heavy and severe weather risk March 5th and 6th. Springfield, Missouri. Rain and severe weather risk March 5th evening. Little Rock, Arkansas. Heavy rain and thunderstorm risk March 5th and 6th. Fayetteville, Arkansas. Rain and storm risk March 5th. Birmingham, Alabama. Rain and thunderstorms March 6th and 7th. Montgomery, Alabama. Rain March 6th and 7th. Atlanta, Georgia. Rain arrives March 6th. Thunderstorm risk March 6th evening. Athens, Georgia. Rain and storms March 6th. Columbus, Georgia. Rain March 6th and 7th. Macon, Georgia. Rain and storms March 6th. Savannah, Georgia. Rain March 7th. Columbia, South Carolina. Rain March 6th and 7th. Charlotte, North Carolina. Rain arrives March 6th. Thunderstorm risk. Raleigh, North Carolina. Rain March 7th. Greensboro, North Carolina. Rain March 6th and 7th. Tallahassee, Florida. Rain March 7th. Jacksonville, Florida. Rain March 7th. Now, this is the moment to address something that many of you in the Northeast are already thinking. What about the third storm, the one potentially coming around March 6th or 7th for New England? Remember the two patterns we are talking about. The northern pattern, the polar jet, is still alive. It has not gone away. Even as the subtropical jet reactivates and sends rain into the southern and central United States, the polar jet continues to dive systems down from the northwest into the northeast. That northwest flow is still in place, and the models are showing a potential system coming off that northwest flow targeting the northeast around the 6th or 7th of March. If that system materializes, here is what it would look like. Boston, Massachusetts. Possible snow, March 6th or 7th. Timing uncertain, but the window of Tuesday, March 3rd through Wednesday, March 4th through Thursday, March 5th, and Friday, March 6th is when we need to watch closely. Providence, Rhode Island, same window. Hartford, Connecticut, same window. Albany, New York, same window. Portland, Maine, same window. For the Northeast, this means 3 separate rounds of snow between now and March 10th. The first is the Clipper Thursday, February 27th. The second is the Nor'easter Sunday, March 1st into Monday, March 2nd. And the potential third is around March 6th or 7th. That is 3 storms in less than 2 weeks for areas that already have feet of snow on the ground. So let us go around the full country one more time with a rapid city list for the next 10 days through March 6th. Portland, Maine. Snow Thursday, snow Sunday, possible snow March 6th. Total additional snowfall through March 10th, 10 to 18 inches possible. Bar Harbor, Maine, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 8 to 15 inches. Caribou, Maine, snow Thursday, Sunday, and possible third system, total additional 10 to 18 inches. Augusta, Maine, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 8 to 14 inches. Lewiston, Maine, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 7 to 13 inches. Rockland, Maine, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 6 to 12 inches. Bangor, Maine, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 8 to 14 inches. Eastport, Maine, snow Thursday, Sunday, possible third, total additional 10 to 16 inches. Concord, New Hampshire, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 7 to 14 inches. Manchester, New Hampshire, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 6 to 13 inches. Nashua, New Hampshire, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 5 to 11 inches. Portsmouth, New Hampshire, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 5 to 10 inches. Keene, New Hampshire, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 6 to 12 inches. Laconia, New Hampshire, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 7 to 13 inches. Burlington, Vermont, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 6 to 12 inches. Montpelier, Vermont, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 7 to 13 inches. St. Johnsbury, Vermont, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 8 to 14 inches. Brattleboro, Vermont, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 6 to 11 inches. Rutland, Vermont, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 7 to 12 inches. Springfield, Vermont, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 6 to 11 inches. Stowe, Vermont, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 8 to 14 inches. Albany, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday and possible third, total additional 9 to 15 inches. Buffalo, New York, light clipper Thursday and Sunday, total additional 3 to 6 inches plus lake enhancement. Rochester, New York, light systems Thursday and Sunday, total additional 3 to 6 inches plus possible lake enhancement. Syracuse, New York, clipper Thursday, Sunday system, total additional 4 to 8 inches plus possible lake enhancement. Utica, New York, snow, Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 5 to 10 inches. Watertown, New York, Clipper Thursday and possible lake enhancement. Sunday, total additional 5 to 12 inches with lake enhancement potential. Binghamton, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 5 to 10 inches. New York City, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Yonkers, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. White Plains, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Newburgh, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 5 to 10 inches. Ithaca, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 5 to 10 inches. Glens Falls, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 7 to 13 inches. Plattsburgh, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 8 to 14 inches. Saratoga Springs, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 6 to 12 inches. Schenectady, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 6 to 12 inches. Troy, New York, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 6 to 12 inches. Bridgeport, Connecticut, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. New Haven, Connecticut, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Hartford, Connecticut, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Waterbury, Connecticut, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 5 to 10 inches. Stamford, Connecticut, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 3 to 7 inches. Danbury, Connecticut, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Norwalk, Connecticut, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 3 to 8 inches. New London, Connecticut, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 3 to 7 inches. Torrington, Connecticut, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 5 to 10 inches. Providence, Rhode Island, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 10 inches. Woonsocket, Rhode Island, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 5 to 10 inches. Newport, Rhode Island, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Warwick, Rhode Island, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Boston, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 10 inches. Worcester, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 5 to 12 inches. Springfield, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Pittsfield, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 5 to 10 inches. Northampton, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 5 to 10 inches. Lowell, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Lawrence, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Brockton, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. New Bedford, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 3 to 7 inches. Fall River, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 3 to 7 inches. Hyannis, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 8 inches. Nantucket, Massachusetts, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 8 inches. Newark, New Jersey, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 3 to 7 inches. Trenton, New Jersey, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 2 to 6 inches. Atlantic City, New Jersey, snow Sunday. Total additional 2 to 5 inches. Camden, New Jersey, snow Sunday. Total additional 1 to 4 inches. Paterson, New Jersey, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 3 to 7 inches. Morristown, New Jersey, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 3 to 7 inches. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Sunday system. Total additional 1 to 4 inches. Allentown, Pennsylvania, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 3 to 7 inches. Reading, Pennsylvania, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 2 to 6 inches. Scranton, Pennsylvania, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 4 to 9 inches. Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 2 to 5 inches. York, Pennsylvania, Sunday system. Total additional 1 to 3 inches. Lancaster, Pennsylvania, Sunday system. Total additional 1 to 3 inches. Baltimore, Maryland, Sunday system. Total additional 1 to 3 inches. Annapolis, Maryland, Sunday system. Total additional 1 to 2 inches. Frederick, Maryland, snow Thursday and Sunday. Total additional 2 to 4 inches. Hagerstown, Maryland, snow Thursday and Sunday. total additional 2 to 5 inches. Cumberland, Maryland, snow Thursday and Sunday, total additional 3 to 6 inches. Salisbury, Maryland, Sunday system, total additional 1 to 2 inches. Ocean City, Maryland, Sunday system, total additional 1 to 2 inches. Washington, D.C., Sunday system, total additional 1 to 2 inches. Arlington, Virginia, Sunday system, total additional 1 to 2 inches. Alexandria, Virginia, Sunday system, total additional 1 to 2 inches. Fairfax, Virginia, Sunday system, total additional 1 to 2 inches. Manassas, Virginia, Sunday system, total additional 1 to 2 inches. Fredericksburg, Virginia, Sunday system, 1 inch or less. Richmond, Virginia, Sunday system, 1 inch or less. Staunton, Virginia, Sunday system, 1 to 2 inches. Charlottesville, Virginia, Sunday system, 1 inch or less. Norfolk, Virginia, Sunday system, dusting to 1 inch. Virginia Beach, Virginia, Sunday system, dusting to 1 inch. Roanoke, Virginia, Sunday system, dusting to 1 inch. Lynchburg, Virginia, Sunday system, dusting. Bristol, Virginia, dusting. For the rest of the country through March 6th, conditions remain mostly dry and well above average in the southwest. The warm pattern continues in the Gulf states and deep south until the subtropical jet finally fires back up around March 5th. And then that transition brings rain and storms across the central and southern United States. There is one more thing I need to tell you before we wrap up this update. The winter this country has experienced in 2025 to 2026 is extraordinary. Think about what we have documented just in this video. The Northeast has now suffered through multiple historic storms, including Winterstorm Fern in January, which cost an estimated $4 billion in damages and impacted over 230 million people across 20 states. Then Winterstorm Hernando in February, which shattered century-old records across Rhode Island, New Jersey, New York, and Massachusetts. Now 2 more rounds of snow are on the way. Boston pacing nearly double its average snowfall, with winter still not officially over. At the same time, 43 to 48% of the country baking in drought conditions, including 69% of Texas. Wildfire response in Texas running 136% above normal. Florida facing its highest wildfire risk in years. Louisiana reservoir levels critically low. The southern branch of the jet stream essentially switched off for months, denying rain to tens of millions of people who desperately need it. This is the split America weather pattern of La Nina. 2 completely different countries existing side by side under the same sky, and the critical shift is coming. La Nina weakens, the subtropical jet reactivates. Around March 5th through 10th, the rain finally comes to the south and the central United States. But when dormant patterns unlock after months of suppression, they do not come back gently. They come back forcefully. Heavy rain, flash flooding potential, severe weather. We will cover all of that in detail as we get closer to that window. One final thing. If you live in the Northeast, here is your action checklist right now, February 25th, 2026. Step 1. Know your Thursday forecast. The clipper arrives Thursday into Friday, 1 to 6 inches depending on your location. Start your morning Thursday with extra time. Step 2. Prepare for Sunday. This is the bigger concern. The potential nor'easter arriving Sunday morning through Sunday evening. Multiple inches for most of the Northeast. Check your local National Weather Service forecast for your specific city as we get closer, because track and intensity can still shift. Step 3. Do not underestimate what is already on the ground. Feet of snow plus another 8 to 12 inches over the next 10 days means weight load on roofs is a serious concern. If you have not cleared your roof, do it now while conditions allow. Step 4. Keep your emergency supplies ready. A full winter go bag with flashlight, batteries, a hand crank radio, 3 days of water and food, blankets, and any medications you rely on. Step 5. Know your exits. If roads flood due to snowmelt or if power goes out for an extended period, know where you are going and how you are getting there. If you live in the dry South and Central United States, here is your checklist. Step 1. Monitor fire weather alerts daily. Any day with gusts above 20 miles per hour and humidity below 20% is a dangerous day if you live near wildlands, grasslands, or wooded rural areas. Step 2. Do not burn. Burn bans are in effect in multiple counties across Texas, Oklahoma, and other southern states. Open burning can become a catastrophic wildfire in seconds in these conditions. Step 3. Prepare for the March 5th through 10th rain event. Yes, you need rain, but when it comes after this long of a drought, it may come hard. Prepare for flash flooding in low-lying areas and along drainage channels. Step 4. Get your storm shelter and severe weather plan ready. The reactivation of the subtropical jet stream that brings the rain may also bring the first significant severe weather outbreak of the season. Tornado season traditionally peaks in spring across the southern plains and Tennessee Valley. This transition pattern is exactly the setup that can trigger early season activity. Before we close, let me tell you what is coming in my next update. As we move through the first week of March, I will have updated storm track models for the potential third nor'easter around March 6th or 7th. I will have the full severe weather outlook for the March 5th through 10th Southern Plains and Tennessee Valley event. I will update drought conditions as rain finally starts to penetrate the southern tier, and I will begin previewing what the second half of March looks like as we head toward the official first day of spring on March 20th. Here is your teaser for that update. The models are showing something very interesting in the March 15th through 25th time frame for parts of the central and southern United States, something that could mean the difference between a drought recovery or a drought disaster heading into the summer months. You are going to want to see it. Now, I want to do something a little different. I want to walk you through this like a story, because that is really what it is. A story of two Americas right now side by side, experiencing completely different extremes of the same winter. Imagine driving from Providence, Rhode Island, where Jennifer and her family just dug out from 37.9 inches of snow and are now being told another foot could come over the next 10 days on top of what they already have. Their roof has been groaning under the weight. Their plow guy told them he has never worked so many hours in his 40 years doing this. Their street still has walls of snow on either side taller than most cars. Jennifer is asking the same question thousands of her neighbors are asking right now. When does this end? Now drive south. Get in your car in Providence and drive 1,200 miles southwest to Dallas, Texas, where David, a cattle rancher out past Abilene, has not had meaningful rain since October. His pastures look like the surface of the moon. He already sold off part of his herd because he could not afford the hay he needed to feed them. He has been watching red flag warnings pop up on his phone nearly every week. And he keeps a go bag by his front door because 3 counties over, a grass fire got out of control last week and burned 17,000 acres before crews could stop it. David is asking the same question in the opposite direction. When does the rain come? And the answer to both questions, Jennifer S. and David S., is the same. The pattern is changing, just not yet. Not for a few more weeks. This is the story of La Nina. When the central and eastern Pacific Ocean stays colder than average, it bends the jet stream in a way that creates exactly the setup we are living through right now. The polar jet stream takes a dominant role, diving cold Arctic air into the northeast repeatedly. The subtropical jet stream gets squeezed out, and the rain that normally feeds the south and the central plains just never shows up, month after month after month. And for most of winter 2025 to 2026, that is exactly what we have seen. But every La Nina eventually weakens, the ocean warms, the jet stream pattern shifts, and that is what is on the horizon right now. Here is something I want you to understand about the Arctic air that is still out there. Even as La Nina weakens, there is still a massive reservoir of cold air sitting over Canada right now. That reservoir does not disappear overnight. As the polar jet starts to relax its grip, shots of that Arctic air can still penetrate southward, particularly along the northwest flow track that has been in place all winter. That is what keeps the snow door open for the northeast well into March. And that is also what creates the severe weather threat in the south during the transition period, because you get that cold air clashing head-on with the first warm, moist Gulf air to push northward in months. So let me go back through some of the major cities of the Midwest one more time to make sure everyone in that transition zone understands what is coming for them between now and March 10th. Minneapolis, Minnesota. You have been dealing with extreme cold all winter. The cold front arriving Saturday into Sunday will bring another surge of Arctic air. Wind chills Sunday night could reach -25 or even -30 degrees, dangerously cold. After that, a brief moderation possible March 3rd and 4th before the next system. But by March 5th through 7th, your area actually starts to see the beginning of the transition, with precipitation coming in from the south and mixing with the still very cold air over the region. For the Minneapolis area, that means the March 5th through 7th window could bring a significant winter storm with heavy snow possible. Totals are too uncertain at this range to pin down precisely, but 6 to 12 inches cannot be ruled out for that event. St. Paul, Minnesota, same pattern as Minneapolis. Duluth, Minnesota, Arctic cold arriving Sunday. Wind chills near -30 Sunday night. The March 5th through 7th transition brings significant precipitation potential. Heavy snow likely. 8 to 14 inches possible in that window. Fargo, North Dakota, wind chills reaching -30 or colder this weekend. The transition system around March 5th through 7th brings heavy snow potential. 10 to 16 inches possible. Bismarck, North Dakota, extreme cold this weekend. The March 5th through 7th system brings snow. 6 to 12 inches possible. Sioux Falls, South Dakota, extreme cold this weekend. The March 5th through 7th system brings snow. 6 to 10 inches possible. Aberdeen, South Dakota, extreme cold this weekend. The March 5th through 7th system brings significant snow. 8 to 14 inches possible. Rapid City, South Dakota, cold but less extreme. Dry through this weekend. Light snow possible. March 5th through 7th. Pierre, South Dakota, cold this weekend. The March 5th through 7th system brings snow. 6 to 10 inches possible. Omaha, Nebraska. A cold front arrives early next week. Temperatures drop sharply by Monday, March 2nd. The March 5th through 7th system brings the transition. Rain changing to snow likely for Omaha in that window. 3 to 7 inches of snow possible on the back end of the system as the cold air winds out. Lincoln, Nebraska. Same pattern as Omaha. Grand Island, Nebraska. Same pattern. Norfolk, Nebraska. Similar to Omaha and Lincoln. Des Moines, Iowa. Cold front arrives this weekend. Temperatures drop sharply. March 5th through 7th brings the transition system. Rain changing to snow is possible for Des Moines. 3 to 6 inches possible. Iowa City, Iowa, similar to Des Moines. Cedar Rapids, Iowa, similar. Sioux City, Iowa, similar but with more snow potential. 4 to 8 inches possible, March 5th through 7th. Dubuque, Iowa, similar. 4 to 7 inches possible in the transition window. Waterloo, Iowa, similar. 4 to 7 inches possible. Davenport, Iowa, similar to Des Moines, rain to snow transition possible. Chicago, Illinois. After the Clipper Thursday, mild conditions through the weekend. A cold front arrives Sunday, dropping temperatures back into the 20s and teens. The March 5th through 7th transition brings rain changing to snow. 2 to 5 inches of snow possible as the cold air takes hold behind the warm system. Rockford, Illinois. Similar to Chicago but slightly more snow potential. 3 to 6 inches possible in the March 5th through 7th window. Peoria, Illinois. Rain to snow transition possible March 5th through 7th. 2 to 5 inches. Springfield, Illinois. Rain to snow transition possible March 5th through 7th. 2 to 4 inches. Carbondale, Illinois. Mostly rain in the transition period. Some snow mixing in on the back end. Evansville, Indiana. Mostly rain in the March 5th through 7th window. A little snow mixing in behind the system. Indianapolis, Indiana. Rain. March 5th changing to snow March 6th or 7th as the cold air wraps in from the north. 2 to 5 inches of snow possible on the back end. Fort Wayne, Indiana. Rain to snow transition. 3 to 6 inches of snow possible. South Bend, Indiana. Rain to snow. 3 to 6 inches. Lake enhancement possible. Gary, Indiana. Rain to snow. 2 to 5 inches. Terre Haute, Indiana. Mostly rain in the transition. Light snow possible on the back end. Muncie, Indiana. Rain to snow possible. 2 to 4 inches. Lafayette, Indiana. Rain to snow possible, 2 to 4 inches. Detroit, Michigan. A Clipper Thursday brings 1 to 3 inches. The March 5th through 7th transition brings rain changing to snow. 3 to 7 inches of snow possible as the cold air moves in. Lake enhancement possible. Flint, Michigan, similar to Detroit. 3 to 6 inches possible in the March transition with possible lake enhancement. Lansing, Michigan, similar. 3 to 6 inches in the March transition. Grand Rapids, Michigan, rain to snow transition possible in March, 3 to 7 inches with lake enhancement. Kalamazoo, Michigan, rain to snow March 5th through 7th, 2 to 5 inches. Ann Arbor, Michigan, rain to snow March 5th through 7th, 2 to 5 inches. Traverse City, Michigan, lake effect activity possible through the week. The March system brings additional snow, 5 to 10 inches in the March window with lake enhancement. Marquette, Michigan. The March transition brings significant snow with lake enhancement, 10 to 18 inches possible. Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan. Significant snow possible in the March transition, 10 to 16 inches with lake enhancement. Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Clipper Thursday brings 1 to 3 inches. A cold front Sunday drops temperatures. The March transition brings rain to snow. 3 to 7 inches of snow possible. Madison, Wisconsin. Similar pattern. 3 to 6 inches in the March transition. Green Bay, Wisconsin. Similar. 4 to 8 inches in the March transition. Appleton, Wisconsin. Similar. 4 to 7 inches possible. Wausau, Wisconsin. Similar. 5 to 9 inches possible. La Crosse, Wisconsin. Similar. 3 to 6 inches in the March transition. Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Similar. 4 to 7 inches in the March transition. Superior, Wisconsin. Similar to Duluth, Minnesota. Significant snow possible in March. 8 to 14 inches with lake enhancement. Columbus, Ohio. Rain arrives March 5th. Changes to snow March 6th or 7th as cold air sweeps in. 2 to 5 inches of snow possible on the back end. Cleveland, Ohio. Clipper Thursday brings 2 to 4 inches. Lake effect possible through the weekend. The March transition brings rain to snow. 3 to 7 inches of snow possible with lake enhancement adding several more inches in lake effect corridors. Toledo, Ohio. Rain to snow March 5th through 7th. 2 to 5 inches. Youngstown, Ohio. Rain to snow, 3 to 6 inches in the March transition. Akron, Ohio. Rain to snow, 3 to 6 inches. Dayton, Ohio. Rain to snow, 2 to 4 inches. Springfield, Ohio. Rain to snow, 2 to 4 inches. Mansfield, Ohio. Rain to snow, 3 to 6 inches. Canton, Ohio. Rain to snow, 3 to 6 inches. Zanesville, Ohio. Rain to snow, 2 to 4 inches. Lima, Ohio. Rain to snow, 2 to 5 inches. Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Clipper Thursday brings 1 to 3 inches. Sunday system brings 2 to 5 inches. March 5th through 7th brings rain to snow transition. 2 to 5 inches of snow possible. Erie, Pennsylvania. Clipper Thursday with lake enhancement. Sunday system. The March transition brings rain to snow with significant lake enhancement potential. 6 to 12 inches possible in the March transition. Altoona, Pennsylvania. Snow Thursday and Sunday. Total through March 6th, 3 to 8 inches. Johnstown, Pennsylvania. Snow Thursday and Sunday. Total through March 6th, 3 to 8 inches. State College, Pennsylvania. Snow Thursday and Sunday. 2 to 6 inches additional. Lewisburg, Pennsylvania. Snow Thursday and Sunday. 2 to 5 inches additional. Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Snow Sunday. 1 to 3 inches. Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. Snow Sunday. 1 to 2 inches. Now let me also address a group of cities that do not get covered enough in national weather updates. The mid-sized cities of the Appalachian region. Charleston, West Virginia. Snow Thursday. Sunday system clips the area 1 to 4 inches through the two systems. Huntington, West Virginia. Light snow Thursday. Rain to snow possible in the March transition. 1 to 3 inches. Morgantown, West Virginia. Snow Thursday and Sunday. 3 to 7 inches additional. Parkersburg, West Virginia. Light snow Thursday. Light snow Sunday. 1 to 3 inches. Wheeling, West Virginia. Snow Thursday and Sunday. 3 to 6 inches additional. Beckley, West Virginia. Snow Thursday and Sunday. 3 to 6 inches. Lewisburg, West Virginia. Snow Thursday and Sunday. 3 to 6 inches. Ashland, Kentucky. Light snow Thursday. Rain to snow in March transition. 2 to 4 inches of snow possible. Bowling Green, Kentucky. Mostly rain in the March transition. Light snow on the back end possible. 1 to 2 inches. Paducah, Kentucky. Mostly rain in the March transition. Light snow possible. Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Mostly rain. Light snow possible. Owensboro, Kentucky. Mostly rain. Light snow possible. Covington, Kentucky. Rain to snow in March transition. 2 to 4 inches possible. Frankfort, Kentucky. Rain to snow in March. 2 to 4 inches possible. Now, one more important topic before we close, what this next 10 days means for people across the country who have outdoor plans, specifically for the remaining February events. Daytona Beach, Florida. The NASCAR season opener, the Daytona 500 weekend, has already been running. Conditions in Daytona through the end of February remain warm and dry, mid to upper 70s, partly cloudy at most. No weather concerns whatsoever for any outdoor racing events in Daytona Beach through the end of February. Scottsdale, Arizona. The Barrett-Jackson Classic Car Auction draws large outdoor crowds to the desert southwest. Highs near 88 to 92 degrees through the end of February. Zero rain concerns. Bring sunscreen and water. Various Florida spring training locations, both the Grapefruit League and other spring training activities in the Tampa Bay region, in the Fort Myers area, in the Sarasota area, in the Palm Beach area, and in the Orlando area face nothing but sunshine and warmth through the end of February and into early March. Highs in the mid to upper 70s in most spring training locations. Humidity comfortable. Outdoor baseball weather as good as it gets. Mardi Gras, New Orleans, Louisiana. Fat Tuesday falls on March 3rd, 2026. New Orleans will be dry through Fat Tuesday itself. Temperatures in the low to mid-60s. A cold front pushes through just after the holiday, dropping temperatures for Ash Wednesday. So the celebration itself gets decent weather. Dry, 60 degrees, light winds. Enjoy it. The rain arrives March 5th or 6th, St. Patrick Day parades. Several cities run early St. Patrick Day parades and festivals in early March. Chicago S River Dying and Parade on March 14th should see the transition pattern well underway. Boston S. St. Patrick Day events in the March 15th through 17th window will be beyond our current forecast range for accuracy, but the overall pattern suggests a wetter and stormier March than any recent year in memory. Plan for contingencies. College basketball conference tournaments. These are largely indoor events, but for any outdoor tailgating or outdoor fan events associated with college basketball gatherings in the first week of March across the Midwest, Upper South, and Northeast, weather will be a factor. The March 5th through 7th transition system affects a huge swath of venues. Anyone tailgating outdoors in the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley, or Southern Plains during that window should have backup plans. The National Western Stock Show and similar late winter livestock events across the plains. Monitor conditions closely as the transition storm of March 5th through 7th moves through. Colorado gets the cold front from the north, while Texas and Oklahoma get the warm moisture push from the south. The clash point is right over the plains. And for everyone watching from the Pacific Northwest, the Northern California coast, and the Northern Rockies, you remain in an active pattern thanks to the Pineapple Express moisture stream that has been flowing in from Hawaii for weeks. Rain continues for Seattle, Portland, and the coastal ranges through the end of February. Mountain snowfall continues in the Cascades, Sierras, and Northern Rockies. The northern tier of these mountains is getting above average snowpack this season, which is great news for summer water supply. Salt Lake City mountain resorts continue to benefit. Denver area mountains continue to benefit from periodic systems. One final number before we close, 60%. That is the probability that La Nina transitions to ENSO neutral by January through March 2026, according to NOAA. That transition is not a maybe anymore. It is happening. The equatorial Pacific is warming. The pattern is shifting. And when it fully flips, everything I have described about the March 5th through 10th window becomes the dominant story for spring across the southern and central United States. Active thunderstorm patterns, heavy rainfall, and a potential end to one of the most damaging drought periods the southern tier has seen in years. Stay prepared, stay informed, and drop your city in the comments right now. I am tracking every location and every storm, and you deserve to know exactly what is coming to your front door. Drop a comment below right now and tell me what city you are in. I read every comment, and I will make sure your location is covered in the next update. Your city matters, your forecast matters. Stay safe, stay informed, and we will talk again soon. Comment your city right now so I can track your forecast in the next video. It takes 5 seconds, and it helps me know exactly where all of you are located so I can make sure nobody gets left out of the next update.